all the Real Madrid news that came out today. Today was the final day of rest for the players not on international duty. Real Madrid will return to training tomorrow. Now there was also international duty news. However, let me tell you the training news first. Mbappe will be available to play against Getafe after the break. He will train normally at the end of the week. There is no risk of him missing the match against Getafe. Franco will be examined by the club doctors tomorrow. Everything indicates that he will be available against Getafe. Also, Mendy is set to return to training this week after 6 months. Ferland Mendy has suffered 17 injuries, missed 112 matches, has been out for a total of 624 days since joining Real Madrid. And also, Fran Garcia's minutes may be reduced after Ferland Mendy returns. And also, Dean will miss the Getafe match. The coaching staff will try to prepare him for the Juve match, and they are optimistic that he will be ready for a Clásico. Real Madrid are also optimistic that both Dani Carvajal and Trent will be available for a Clásico. Now, with that being said, if you're enjoying the video so far, just like the video so I know. And if you want to stay updated with Real Madrid news, just follow. However, let's go back to this. Camavinga played against Iceland, and Thibaut Courtois played against Wales. Camavinga started for France, Thibaut Courtois started for Belgium. Thibaut played the entire match in Belgium's 4-2 win, and Kama played 75 minutes in France's 2-2 draw against Iceland. International break is done for both of them. Now, these were the stats of Kama versus Iceland. 75 minutes, 93 touches, 73 out of 78 passes, 5 out of 6 long balls, 2 successful dribbles, 6 duels won, 4 fouls won, 1 clearance, and 2 interceptions. Now, also next week, we have a game against Juve in the UCL, and Bremer will undergo surgery and miss the match. Now, also for a Clásico, TJ Cope is saying that Dani Olmo is a doubt for a Clásico. And according to Diario Yes, Joan Garcia will not take part in a Clásico. And also, Mbappe's goal wins Goal of the Week in the European World Cup qualifiers. And Real Madrid are thrilled with Fran González's performances at the U20 World Cup. And there's also news about Adam Wharton. He is indeed on Real Madrid's radar. The scouting team view him as a great addition. And according to Fabrizio, several clubs are interested in Crystal Palace midfielder Adam Wharton. He is considered one of the best talents in England. And Rodra said that Real Madrid are very serious about signing Gilberto Mora. They want him. Also, according to Footy Headlines, Real Madrid's third kit for next season will feature a pink base with ivory detailing and will include a subtle crest-inspired pattern, blending with Latin aesthetics. Let me know what you guys think about the kit. Now also, Kylian Mbappe had an interview in which I posted a separate video about this. He talks about Yamal, France, scoring at the World Cup, and how at 13 years old he decided to return to France instead of staying at Real Madrid. Also, Fichajes, even though I think this is false, Real Betis are supposedly ready to sign Gonzalo Garcia on loan in January. Now there was also news by Marca that Real Madrid decided to part ways with Ancelotti after the defeat against Arsenal. 4 days later, the final meeting was held in Madrid between Bayer Leverkusen and Real Madrid to discuss the future of Xabi Alonso. An agreement was reached between the club and Xabi Alonso on April 21st. Everything said before this day was mere rumors, and 3 months earlier, before April, specifically on January 22nd, Leverkusen trained at Valdebebas, and on that day, Fernando Caro, the CEO of the German team, and Jose Angel Sanchez for a long time, and nothing was set up at the coaching future. And Real Madrid informed Ancelotti that he will leave at the end of the last season. During the Copa del Rey final, the team was in Seville. And also, Javier Tebas talked about Real Madrid. Real Madrid criticizing the Villarreal vs Barca in Miami. Real Madrid do not like anything that La Liga does. They can say nothing about this. The match is possible because the clubs want it, players want it, and the fans want it. Will Real Madrid ever play a La Liga match outside Spain? With their current leaders, it's impossible. They don't like us or anything we do. We don't fight battles to defeat Florentino, but Florentino Perez never loses. In case you don't know, this is all being said because Real Madrid are against the Villarreal Barca match being played in Miami. They believe it alters the competition as Villarreal will not play at home, and Barca will not have to go to La Ceramica. They also have complaints that the opinions of all La Liga clubs were not taken into account. Now, speaking of Ancelotti, he wants to make Vinny the reference in Brazil's attack. He wants to play Vinny as a center forward against Japan. This is the expected 11. Now also, this was Zlatan said about Luka Modric. He is a maestro. When he is on the pitch, he is football. He doesn't play football, he is football. I spoke to Ancelotti and he told me he was the only Real Madrid player who didn't suffer injuries last season. He is at 100% physically. His mentality, you don't need to say too many things. This is passion. And Pepe. Day Cristiano retires will be very difficult for us as fans. Turning on the TV and no longer seeing him on our screens will be tough. Now also, they played a little game with Jude. They showed him a jersey and he had to think about a player. Who does this shirt remind you of? Jude said, I saw a video earlier, Xabi Alonso. They asked Trent about this one. He said Benzema. They asked both of them about this one. They both said Raul. They asked Trent about this one. He said Ronaldo. And lastly, they asked about this one right here. Jude said Tony and Trent said Ronaldo. Now with all that being said, let me know what you guys thought about the news.